But why is race the only thing that we can't consider? So, for example,
we shouldn't consider it because it's racist.
LeBron James.
Yes.
If LeBron James were going into college right now with a lower SAT score and a lower GPA, and you're the president of the university, and he wants to go to Princeton. He wants to play Ivy League basketball, right? And he's a little bit lower than everyone else. Do you not let him in because there's a white guy who's above him?
Let him into
the school.
If his SAT is low and he's not doing well.
But he's an extraordinary basketball player, and he's good enough to be in the school. I'm not saying his numbers are good.
You still don't need his race on the piece of paper to determine that.
No, take his race off.
Take off race. That's my point.
Okay, let's pick a white guy. Dirk Nowitzki wants to apply. My point is, if someone had an extraordinary talent like basketball, we let basketball players in all the time with lower GPAs.
Right, but I'm saying that determination, regardless, if you're going to say we want to make sure we have a healthy mix, you should not be hitting what race you are, period, when you apply to school. And that's my point.
And I get your point. I fully comprehend your point. What I'm saying is that we should consider, in the same way that we're willing to have a diverse group of people, like I want to have some flute players, and I want to have some soccer players, and I want to have some people from Iowa. It's okay to say I want some black people.
But so is it okay to say that I want, Jewish people?
Yes.
So you're okay with all of it?
Yes.
We want all Asians.
There is a long history of excluding Jewish people from universities. So we had to create spaces for Jewish. So part of why you have a, what's the school in New York? It begins with a B. Brandeis. Part of why you have a Brandeis is precisely because there has been a denial of Jewish people, both professors and students, into mainstream universities. So we had to create space for them, right? And so I wouldn't go to Brandeis and say, "Oh my God, that's a segregated university." I say, no, good for them. That's a beautiful choice. And black people can go there now. White people, Gentiles can go there now, right? Christians and Muslims can go there now. But it's largely a predominantly and historically Jewish institution, which is great. And what I'm saying similarly is I'm okay with black folk having that. I'm okay with carving out spaces for ourselves when for people who have been marginal. You would never
be okay with it if white people did that.
If I were at if I were at Howard, and there were a group of white people who said, you know what, we're the 50 white kids at Howard and we want to have our own space. Cool. I'm good with that.
An all white dorm at Howard. You think that would go down well?
I think it's such a counterfactual hypothetical because most white people don't want to go to Howard because they don't be around that many black people. And that's okay. You know what I mean? In fact, most people who go to, ends up going to Howard? Athletes, oftentimes, for undergrad, not grad. Athletes. Because they want to be a Division I basketball player and they didn't get into Duke or Wake Forest or they didn't get recruited, but they'll go to Howard, right? Which is a good school, but not the best basketball school. It's actually very interestingly similar to what happens to these black kids when going to Duke or Wake Forest. I'm okay